Do you want to discover more joy, peace, and freedom with food, exercise, and your body? Here we bring a compassionate, holistic, and sustainable approach to fitness so you can fully enjoy the life you want and express your unique self with the world. I'm Michelle Roscoe, and I want to help you find fitness freedom. I'm so glad you're here.
Hello, I am in a car. It is hot outside and I am condensing with sweat, but I want to do this recording in a private place, and so here I am. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, just like the Truman Show. I want to talk with you about why going back to your basic needs will transform your health. It's been something I've been thinking about. And of course, it's obvious that we need to take care of our needs, but I think there are some layers to unpack, and I've been seeing it in some new layers and lights that I want to share with you, because obviously we want to take care of our health. We want to feel good. We want to feel energetic. We want to live long lives. And I want to shed some light on the culture around this and what we can do, why we do this, and what we can do moving forward. And I'm just going to give you a quick little blurb. If you enjoy this and you would like to hear more about how culture affects us in our bodies and fitness and what we can do, what kind of practical things we can do to enjoy fitness and make it something that we love and that we're actually excited about and having fun with. And by fitness, I'm talking about how we eat, how we move, how we take care of our bodies. Join me. It's going to be next week at the time of this recording and this published episode. It's going to be next Wednesday. The talk is what you really need to know to enjoy fitness for life. It's on June 12th at 11 a.m. Central Time. If you're not able to make it live when you do register to get the details, I'll send you the replay so you can watch it at your own time if you're not able to make it live. But back to the episode. Fitness and health is about taking care of our basic needs, right? Like, in order to be healthy, we need to take care of our body's needs, our brain's needs, our emotional needs. But it's gotten really warped, where we'll actually deny what we really need in the name of health. So, for example, maybe we're, without even realizing it, maybe we're addicted to exercise, and we have to make sure that we go to the gym every morning before work to get an hour-long workout, and we lose sleep, and we kind of have this cold that never goes away, but in the name of health, we continue to work out. Or I'll just use a very personal example and open the lid for you. When I was younger, I was perceived as so healthy because I did not eat sugar. I did not eat processed foods. I ate so many vegetables and had whole grains and all that stuff. I was so quote unquote healthy, but I was actually in the deep, dark depths of an eating disorder where I was miserable inside, where I was so focused on control, where I wouldn't let myself enjoy food, where I was so obsessed about losing weight. And that is not healthy at all. At all. That's like the farthest thing from health. So our ideas around health can get warped, and our ideas around our basic needs have gotten warped as well. But we're going to go way back. So we're going to go way back to when you were a baby. When you were a baby, what did you want? You wanted sleep, a lot of sleep. You wanted food. You wanted to be safe and sheltered. You wanted to be clean and not have a dirty diaper, probably. And you wanted lots of touch. You wanted connection. You wanted to be held. You wanted lots of attention. Those are our basic needs. And as we grow older, we don't really lose those needs. We still have those needs, those same exact needs for our bodies, for our emotional, mental, physical safety and well-being. But we, for some reason, start to deny our basic needs, whether in the name of health or achievement or success. And that's why so many of us are hurting. Our health is suffering. And those of us in the health field as professional health people, I'm talking about like therapists, trainers, nutritionists. Like it's not uncommon for us to let these things slide too. I'm guilty of it myself, and I'm trying to be better at it, and that's what I'm talking with you about. We have these basic needs as we grow older, and I do want to point out that in babies, touch is one of the most important things. They did this study on these little baby monkeys, and one machine gave out milk, and another machine, like this robot thing, I guess, was fur and covered in fur like a mommy monkey. And the babies would more often choose the soft monkey over the feeding monkey because they wanted touch more than they wanted food. Touch at an early age helps our brains develop. It lowers the risk of being addicted to drugs or alcohol later on in life. Parents who are abusive tend to have not had touch when they were babies. They did this study in an orphanage where babies who were not touched or barely touched, barely made it past infanthood of survival, and those who did had higher stress levels. They had higher cortisol levels, and some of them didn't even make it to puberty. So touch and connection is such an important part. And I think this is why we tend to ignore our needs around sleep and food and exercise, is because we want to be accepted. We want to connect with others, just like when we were babies. And the issue is that in our society, in order to be valuable or accepted, we feel like we need to have all of these possessions or all this money, or we need to have this title around our jobs or our relationship status, that we are willing to sacrifice our health, willing to work at a job that is bad for our mental health. We are willing to lose sleep, to put in more hours, to earn more money, to buy the house, to buy the car, to buy the things, in order for us to feel this acceptance, to feel like we've made it, or we're okay, or we're accepted. And society praises this. You know, if you were to go and tell someone, whether or not it's true, you'd be like, I worked a 12-hour day yesterday and I barely got enough sleep, but I went to the gym and I forgot to bring food, and I'm so busy, I forgot to eat my lunch. People would be like, oh, you're so busy, that's so great. They wouldn't say, how dare you do that? What? Are you okay? You need to go home and sleep. Like, is your body okay? Is your mental health okay? How long have you been doing this? Which is more of an accurate or an appropriate response to saying something like that. It's like we've so normalized not meeting our basic needs. And again, I'm guilty of this too. Sometimes when I'm busy and I have those busy days, it's easy to neglect, my need for food or water and I used to do this a lot, sleep. Another reason that we do this and neglect our own needs is we have this idea that, and I've talked about this in the previous episode, Whatever It Takes, so you can listen to that and hear some more ideas on this, but we have this idea that we need to sacrifice ourselves for others or give up our own needs if we truly love someone. And women especially get this message, where it's so sickly normal for women to just, and men too, but I will say women especially mothers or people in caregiving roles, to just like sacrifice their own bodies and their own needs to put others first. And I know sometimes, in child rearing, it's hard to sleep in the beginning with babies and all that, but it usually falls on the mother to lose that sleep, right? Whether or not she's working a job or to take care of the house, whether or not she's working a job. And there are statistics and studies that show that men, hetero partners in a partnership, even if both parties work, women do the most of the load in the house, just because we live in a sexist society. But yeah, we're trained to give up our own needs as if it's something to be praised and something to be encouraged. And even when it comes to our bodies, and of course fitness and health, in order to be valuable or accepted, We have to be seen as having a perfect body or pursuing a perfect body. So whether or not we have that perfect body, we are accepted for pursuing it, like going to the gym and working on your fitness, or trying a new diet, or eating more protein, or eating fewer carbs, or staying away from sugar, or doing a cleanse, or whatever it is that's popular, going on Whole30, fasting, whatever, doing a detox, whatever it is, what's popular in the moment. It always looks different, but there's something that we should be seen as trying to have this perfect body, or have this perfect health, or have this perfect fit lifestyle. And all of these reasons, society, the need to sacrifice, wanting to be seen as trying, having the perfect body, these are all relevant, but I think the biggest reason that we neglect our own needs, the reason that we're afraid to show our true selves, to ask for our needs and wants, to give ourselves what we need and want, to demand that others in our lives treat us well, and to just let go of people who are not treating us well, is because we don't think we're worthy of them. The biggest reason we neglect our own needs and wants is because we don't think we're worthy of them. So when we're not sleeping, when we're not eating well, when we're not moving in ways that are affirming to our bodies, that feel joyful, that give us more energy and strength, or we're not overtraining or undertraining, is where we don't think we're worthy of our own needs being met. And this is it's common for people when you grow up with your needs not being met, whether they're physical or emotional, mental, and your needs just aren't acknowledged. It's easy to grow up and to continue in that. And I've had to unlearn a lot of that. And this is something that I've learned in my life the hard way, that my needs matter, that my wants matter, that I can actually have what I want in relationships, in work, in life, in my health, in my fitness, in my body, that my needs matter. And that's why it sounds so obvious when I said this in the beginning of the episode, why going back to your basic needs will transform your health. And you're probably like, yeah, we got to take care of our needs. But now with this context, it makes more sense, right? And this is, like I said, this is something I've learned and had to really claim, that my needs matter, that my wants matter. And I've done this in my relationships. I've let go of people that were not able to meet my needs to no fault of their own. I just had to say, I love you, but we are not working. And for my own loving myself, I'm going to let go of you, and opening space for allowing more love in my life, to taking care of my body and giving it rest when I was burnt out and I needed it, and practicing more regularly sleeping enough, something as basic as sleep, feeding myself, checking in with my body. This is something that I've had to practice for years and years and years, especially after an eating disorder where I was so extremely out of touch with my body. Moving my body in ways that feels good. I have never felt so that exercise is so fun as it is for me now. And it's because of all these practices of listening to myself and meeting my needs, stopping when it hurts, recognizing when I'm overtraining, recognizing when my body wants more movement, and giving it in ways that it wants and needs. If we could just focus on giving ourselves what we need, our health would be transformed. Just like a baby, if we could let go a little more of these ways that we're trying to be accepted by society and be approved of, and living this quote unquote perfect life, or at least being seen trying to live this perfect life, if we could just focus on our needs being met, our health would exponentially improve. And in terms of connection, not hanging out with people that drain you, that just aren't a match for you energetically, or breaking up with people who are shitty to you, who don't care about your needs being met, and who are selfish in small ways and in big ways. Saying no to things that aren't for your best, and saying yes to things that are. Because when you say no to those things and you just don't allow them anymore, you create space in your life for more of what is a match to you, whether that's relationships or habits. And all of this contributes to your ultimate health. Because my friend, your needs matter. They matter. Your needs matter. And your wants, they absolutely matter. In fact, when you start living your life more asking yourself, what do I need? What do I want? What do I need? What do I want? And have the courage, the patience, first of all, to listen to the answer, and then the courage to match it, then you're living your life in a way that you want to live, and you're living a more joyful life. And there is nothing more healthy, there is nothing more equal to well-being than you being joyful and free and living the life that you want. This is why I talk about holistic health, because it's not just what's your workout routine, what are your macros, what does your blood test say? Those are all, those are helpful. I'm not saying that they're not important at all. They are important. They can help. But are you happy? Are you actually enjoying your life? Do you have relationships that enrich you? Do you have a sense of meaning and purpose in life? Do you have good friends and good support? And some of you are like, yes, I do. Then great, you're healthy. And of course, there's ways that we can always improve our health and work on things, but that's great. But if you're like, oh shit, I really need to take care of my health more. Like maybe you're even realizing in this episode, like I haven't really been living the life that I want to live. I've been prioritizing all these ways that I want society to approve of me, that I've been denying my basic needs for connection, for sleep, for good food, to take care of my body, to give myself what it needs, to move in ways that feel good for me. So what can you do at this point? Wherever you are, whether you feel like you're on top of your shit with taking care of your needs, or you're realizing that you really want to take better care. We can all do a better job with taking care of our needs, because it's kind of like swimming upstream in society to take care of our true deep needs, unless you're really lucky and you live in like a culture that just totally supports your basic needs all the time and encourages you to live a full and happy life. So what can you do to take care of your basic needs? I believe, just like the biggest issue is that we don't believe we're worthy of it, I believe the biggest thing you can do is start to practice your worthiness, to know that you matter no matter what. No matter what you have, no matter how you look, no matter how others perceive you, you matter. You are worthy. And I know it's like a nice little phrase. It is a beautiful phrase. But how do you practice it? It is fucking hard. It is fucking hard to practice that, because it goes against a lot of our programming. It goes against a lot of our society. And I think one of the best ways to start practicing this, and what I'll challenge you to do here, is to sleep, is to rest. Whether that's play, whether that's to take moments of stillness, to go spend time in nature, to spend time away from your phone, to meditate, to do something that feels good and fun for you in the moment, and to make space for that, like really, really, really make space for that. Like, what brings me so much joy, I'm going to do that. Because when you do those things like sleep and play and rest and stillness, you're proving that when you're not doing anything productive, that you still matter with your actions. And this is exactly where we start in the 4-H method. This is why I created the 4-H method. We start with with hope. Everything in the 4-H method, everything for your health is based on the premise of hope. You are already 100% worthy, and you are powerful to create the life that you want. The choices you make are in your hands for your life. No one else can create your life for you. You get to create your life with the choices you make, the dreams you dream. You get to create your life. No one else is responsible for it, and you get to create it, no matter where you are in your life. And we start with rest. We start with undoing so much of that productivity, that's so much of that, I gotta work, my needs don't matter, and we take it back to you and you in rest. And then from there we add practices around movement, around eating, and then there's so much more around your mental, emotional, and physical health and fitness, education and tools and strategies. But we start with rest. Okay, I think I've said what I need to say. My biggest encouragement to you is to take care of your basic needs. Where in your life does it feel like it's suffering the most? What is a basic need that you want to meet? Maybe it's friends. Maybe your sleep is on point. Maybe you eat well. Maybe you have a good routine with your movement. Maybe you need to connect more with other people. And that requires showing people who you really are. And that's hard. And that's also something that I'm doing more here, which is why this podcast, if you've listened this far, you know it. It's not super polished. It's not about making it this studio production, or like, I don't even completely plan my podcasts in advance. I have ideas and I want to share them with you. In all terms, it is not polished and professional, but I am me, Michelle Roscoe, connecting with you, my friend. I don't know your name. I probably know you if you're listening to this. If you don't, say hello, message me. I want to connect with you. But I'm just talking with you and connecting with you. And that's what we need more of in this world, is connection. Being ourselves. When we're not ourselves, we can't really connect. It's just like we're putting on a facade that's connecting with another facade. And that's why we feel so empty and alone, because we're not being ourselves, because we don't feel like we can be ourselves, because we feel like we're not worthy or valuable. It all goes back to that worth and value. I believe all of our health and our most deepest issues come from that place. Okay, I've rambled a little bit, and that's okay. I love myself, even when I ramble. And thank you for listening to this so far. I'm going to peace out and get some relief from this sweaty car. I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. Bye.
Hey there, me one more time, because this is my podcast. I just want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. If you would be so kind and generous as to leave a review, a good review, it would mean a lot to the podcast and to growing this so more people can get a hold of it. If you would like to get more support, continue listening to this podcast. Follow me on Instagram, friend me on Facebook. You can find me in the link in the show notes. Always feel free to reach out to me. An email is always welcome. Happy to hear from you. And the best way that I actually can help you is, if and when you're ready, is for you to join the 4-H method. It's my signature program, and it helps you make your body your home and your health your hero journey, transforming your health and life from the inside out. Remember, you are worthy, you are powerful. Like you, love you, Coach Michelle.